Pretty Fly for a White Guy on Wandsworth Radio with me, Emily Rose Adams. I'm joined by Pavel Petrov. Hello.
Hello again.
Hello again. We've been talking about Pavel's YouTube channel called Curious Pavel, and it's all about London, things to explore, facts that he's been learning, and just kind of giving you an introduction into the city and reminding people to go out and actually do some cultural things, which is, you know, a very, very good thing to be doing. So what's been your most exciting sort of historical event that you've sort of been to? Historical event, you've obviously not been to the historical event, but sort of landmark or interesting sort of facts that you've learned. What has been the most exciting thing for you about London?
Definitely this with the lions. It turns out it's not just the lions, but the English people like to do this. So the Metal of the Lions at Trafalgar Square is from the French cannons. If you know where the Crimean War Memorial is, all the metal from that's taken from the Battle of Sevastopol from the Crimean War. The Duke of Wellington, that statue, I think it's in front of Bank Station, more or less. It's taken from the French cannons at the Battle of Waterloo, and it looks like they like doing this.
Yeah, it's interesting. I actually used the Thames Clipper yesterday. Do you know the Thames Clipper, the boat?
Yeah.
And that was a nice experience. I've done it before years ago, but it's only I think a few quid more than using the underground.
Yes.
And it's just, you really get to see London in all its glory, and you go sort of round through the Thames, down the bend, and then you come round the corner, and suddenly it's like, hello, Tower of London, and like it's just amazing. And there's so many things that you learn along the way, and I just don't know why. You know, if I lived sort of in the right area, I think I'd use that as my commute into town.
Well, you just get to things like you take it for granted. That's all. The other day I showed the video when we show how to travel with the Oyster car. We took the Emirates airline, the fly cable car. At North Greenwich. I think it's 150 with Oyster car.
Wow.
Or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's like amazing to get a good view of the city. I think the only thing about that, it was a little bit short, and I remember sort of going all the way there because I'm not based. I think if you're based in East London, definitely, but I'm not based in East London, so I got there and thought it was going to be like a 20-minute thing, and it was literally 5 minutes.
Well, but if you go in the evening, there's some music in the cabins, and the ride is a bit longer. Just a bit.
That's good. That sounds fun. So I always think, you know, like Time Out and all these kind of Londonists, they post a lot about interesting events happening in London, and it's all kind of like disco yoga or like I don't know, sort of beer festivals and nightclub stuff and theatre shows. Why do you think they don't post about visiting landmarks? I know that lots of people try and do it, but why is that not really promoted mainstream?
That's interesting. I know why I am not doing it, because we're a small team and we're focused on things that they don't disappear. Because if I post about Beer Fest and then the next month this article is gone,
that's a good idea.
People won't look for it. But I'm not sure why they're not doing this. I mean, I saw Londonists are doing quite nice videos, especially there's a Geoff guy, I think. He's has pretty good, interesting series about the underground with so many facts. But I don't know why they're not focusing more on that. Yeah. Probably they're looking for the current trend. You know, people heard of events, they look for it, I suppose.
It's true, but I do feel it's so true that, you know, lots of people go, like, fill up their weekends with, like, bottomless brunch. And, like yoga, disco yoga or spin workout or, like, these sort of neon workout parties and foam parties, and like this is the kind of thing that, or the silent disco at the Shard, all amazing stuff, but it's true, it seems to be like there's a lack of interest.
Yeah, because as I said, people work and then they want to relax, and they find the relaxation in alcohol and fun.
People work very hard.
Yeah, no, that's
especially
true.
In the city. I do understand that you kind of want to just sort of relax properly on the weekend. But also, do you think, I know schools, they'll do like annual trips into the city where they'll go and visit, you know, the museums in Kensington, or, you know, the Tower of London, things like that, or Buckingham Palace. But is that done enough in schools? Do you think that, especially kids that live in London, there's so many of them sort of, you know, living in the city, do you think that they know enough about the city that they live in? Do you think they know the history?
I don't know the school system here, but surely not.
Yeah.
Because there's so many things. Even when I was in school, we were taking more theory than practice.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yes,
Yeah.
which is, I think it's a bad thing. You should have more and more practice. So you live in this huge city which has with so many opportunities. I mean, like, if you're a teacher, why don't you take the children when you talk to them for the Battle of Waterloo? I don't know, why don't you go outside in the city?
Yeah.
It's not that much.
It makes it a lot more real, I think,
Exactly,
as a child.
yes.
If you actually go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's something that could be promoted more. But I understand, you know, when you've got a class full of children, you need lots of chaperones. London is a busy city. You would not want to lose a child. So
True.
I think it's a really big event if kids actually go on a school trip. It's something that sometimes might only be annually for some schools. But I think it's something that could be promoted mainstream, to go out and just, you know, get those sort of little touristy books where you can go down different roads and it'll tell you little facts and stuff. It's a great idea. So what is the YouTube channel? What's the address for it?
The address is Curious Pavel. You can find it on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook group. There's Facebook group. It's everywhere. It's Curious Pavel.
Great. And what have you got coming up?
We actually filmed last weekend a promo video that we're gonna start walking tours,
Amazing.
which are gonna be free of charge. So whoever wants, the video should be coming not this Tuesday, but the Tuesday after. So from then you just get in touch and I'm just gonna show you the city.
Amazing. So what, you can get in touch to come in person?
Yes.
Wow, that's a great idea. Gosh, you must know your stuff, because actually back in the day, I must admit, I used to do a little tour quite a few years ago now. And it was so hard learning all the facts about London. And we just did the mainstream stuff, like Westminster Abbey, Buckingham Palace. We went on the boat. So I learned those sort of interesting facts about those landmarks, but I didn't learn about other little off parts. But just trying to remember it all, and it was amazing. It was an amazing sort of job to do for a summer, and it was basically all tourists only. There weren't really actually people that lived in the city, or a few people from the UK, but mostly it was people from other parts of Europe. So yeah, that was an interesting experience. And I think a walking tour, you really get, if you've got someone who knows their stuff, you can really get a good insight.
I came to a few walking tours here, and what I found that some parts of their stories, you know, the same route, and some parts of their stories, they weren't the same. So I was like, I check online and they're not all correct. What I'm trying to do is to be historically correct as much as I can, which is quite difficult. And I met a few people yesterday. They told me, like, are you making fiction or it's all true? It's all true. I'm researching few resources, so I'm trying to be as much as correct as I can.
Have you ever thought of getting a qualification? Because lots of these tour guides in London, they've got like I don't think it's the equivalent of a degree, but they've got something similar where they have
I was giving the thoughts of that, but not at the moment, because the tours I'm gonna give, it's not, I mean, it's just to get in touch more with the project and to understand more, because even though I'm not qualified, I have done tours before, I know the stuff, so I think we're gonna have some fun.
Awesome. Well, I like your work, Pavel. I think it's great that you're trying to get people in the city more into the history in a fun way.
In a fun way, yeah.
Where it's not sort of
we're doing
serious.
short episodes, it's all like 3-4 minutes, straight to the point. So as you spoke to education and children, just parents, give the channel link to your kids, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly. It's all kid friendly, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Good stuff. Well, so what's your sort of main hopes for the future of the channel?
Tours. We're gonna make tours. I'm hoping to get abroad to have probably a bigger team later on, and to go to other cities as well. We're gonna start the t-shirts as well, probably in 1-2 weeks.
A t-shirt.
Curious t-shirts.
Nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be a curious shop. So let's see how that's gonna go.
Amazing. Well, that's youtube.com/Curious Pavel.
Yep.
Thank you so much for joining us, Pavel. I hope you've had a good time in the studio. I asked Pavel if I could play a song for him right now, what would it be? And he chose Hall of Fame by The Script and Will I Am. Here it is. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Emily.